What a beautiful day it is here in Dallas today. And your thoughts about life influence everything you experience. What do you think this day is going to be like? Because what you think this day is going to be like is how it is. And so my thought today was about time and how valuable time is. And yet, is time on our side? I go back to the Rolling Stones song. And what I've come is that it's only through time and experience that we become more aware. Think about that. It's through time and experience that we become more aware, because we need experiences to break us out of the illusion of life that we bought into, to break us out of the perception that we've been surrounded with and that we continue to perpetuate by maintaining belief systems that we never chose. And by having never chose them, we live in an illusion that this is really the life that we want, when it has nothing to do with the life that we want. I'm seeing this more and more and more in the world, and how people are trying to get you to buy into a narrative, whatever the narrative is. And that if you don't buy into the narrative, then you can't be friends with them. Let me say this. If you have a friend who says that you have to do something in order to be a friend of theirs, I highly suggest you let them go. They're not a friend. They want someone that supports their views. They want someone they can manipulate. A friend is someone who honors your uniqueness, and you can have meaningful discussions with about anything, and you can still enjoy each other's companies even when you're on opposite sides of a view. That's a friend. Just because someone agrees with you on everything, that's not a friend. That's a puppet. You keep that puppet in to make yourself feel good. Here's a key thing. I want friends who challenge me. I want friends who take my views and help me break this cocoon that I'm in of the illusion that I've bought into, so that I can expand and become more unique, more authentic, more me. I have that in my house. My son Steven's constantly challenging me. My son Matthew's always challenging me. My wife is always challenging me. They go, do you believe what you're saying? Is that truly who you are? And I love them for, not only do I love them, I like them and I respect them for that. Because it helps me discover me. Chris asks, how can one abandon the illusion of perfectionism? Well, perfectionism, Chris, is an expectation. The ability to see ourselves as perfect must mean we are measuring ourselves up against an expectation. The first thing you've got to ask yourself is the expectation real? Secondly, is the expectation mine? Is the expectation an expectation I've bought into that someone else has set for me? And then you ask yourself, go back to the first, is it real? Is it even possible? Or have I set something too great? Because what? Time again. Time comes in because we're humans. We can't just transform and automatically go from A to a billion. No, it's impossible. So we set reasonable expectations for ourselves. And when we set reasonable expectations for ourselves, then we don't worry about perfectionism. We do our best. That's the key thing. Don't worry about being perfect. You already are. You're perfect just like you are. Stop judging yourself. But do your best in this moment. If you're doing your best that you can do right in this moment, You look at anyone who wants you to do more and say, screw you. I know, I said that, didn't I? That's me being authentic. You don't say it out loud. You don't do it to piss people off. But inside, you're making a discernment. Is that supporting me? Is that relationship supporting me? If it's not, let the relationship go. It's not worth having relationships in your life that don't support you. I don't care if they're your mother, your father, your grandparents, your children. If those relationships are not supporting of you, let them go. It may be forever. It may be for a short period of time. It doesn't matter. We're not here on this planet at this time in these bodies for the purpose of pleasing others. We've been domesticated into believing that. Domesticated like an animal. I guess I'm really wound up today, aren't I? I'm just going on this because I see it everywhere. I see people blindly taking sides against each other and saying, no, they're not against you. You shouldn't be against each other. You should be there to have discussions, exploration, not get emotional. How can you get emotional about talking about a concept? It's just a concept. It's not who you are. We buy into concepts so much, it distorts our power. Do you realize that when you're churning your power over to someone because you want to be liked, you want their approval, you're giving away your power? You're giving away your uniqueness. You're giving away your freedom. Yeah, you're giving away your freedom. And the greatest freedom you have is to be your unique self. And you won't fight for it anymore because you've been domesticated. You've been domesticated into believing that you can be happy all the time, and that in order to be happy all the time, you've got to please everyone around you. Stop it. That's not Dick Van Dyke. Can't remember his name right now. A comedian. And he was doing a psychology thing. $5 for 5 minutes of psychology. This woman came in. She had her 5 minutes. She complained. What do I do? He says, stop it. Well, I need more time. And he says, no, stop it. See how simple it is? But we've been domesticated to believe that we can't. We've been domesticated that we're here to please others. Yeah, Bob Newhart. Thank you, Nilda. I knew you people out there. I didn't even have to ask you, and I knew you'd come through. Why? Because we're all part of the infinite mind. We're all part of the one mind. What is known in one part of the mind of God, call it infinite, call it spirit, is known in all parts of the mind of God. And if it's known in all parts of the mind of God, listen to that. Anything you want is available to you because it's known, but you just have to open up and become aware. And what does it take to become aware? Time. Time. Because sometimes we're so emotionally wrapped up in things that we can't see beyond the emotion. But as time goes on, the emotion subsides. And if we keep opening to the question, we can truly hear the answer, because the answer is always there. But the real thing is, are we ready to hear it? That's like, I asked the question, what would my life be like if I was talking to you right now in my 40s versus being 70? It would not be the same, Lee. You wouldn't be listening to me because it took time and awareness for me to get to where I'm at. And so what I do is I give thanks for that time and that awareness and this maturity that I've become. When I was at my hairstylist, Vinny, I said, Vinny, why is my hair so white and gray? Vinny goes, Getting old, Lee. That's what happens when you get old. Wise man. You just accept it. It's part of growing. It's part of becoming more aware. Feels good today, doesn't it? It's cool here. It's gorgeous here. Gonna go take a walk with my dog. Life is good. Love it. Here's a question. Today, as you go through your day, when something gets you right in the solar plexus, sort of just gets you a little bit, ask the question, is what I'm thinking about or who I'm with or what I'm saying, what I'm watching, is it really authentic me? And if you ask that question, give yourself permission to change whatever it is that you're going through and become your authentic self. Hey, I want to let you know, next Saturday, I'm doing a free workshop called Debunking the Myth of Love. You can sign up for it. I think I've got the link out there, but you can also sign up for it by going to agapespiritualcenter.com. You sign up and you get the Zoom link sent to you. It'll be about, I think it's an hour and a half that I'll be talking. It's going to be a great workshop. You'll really get some great stuff out of it. It's a freebie. Also, if you're in Dallas, I'm going to be doing a retreat on November 13th for 12 people in my home. So the first 12 that sign up are the 12 that get to come to the retreat. The retreat, there is cost, $200. It's going to be magnificent. You're going to get a lunch cooked by me. You're going to get mala beads. You're going to get some special crystals. You're going to have an experience. It's going to be magnificent. All that information is on agapespiritualcenter.com. If you're here in Dallas, tomorrow we do in person. If you're not here in Dallas, we'll be online. But I'll also see you tomorrow at 8 o'clock or 7:30. Sundays is at 7:30 because I gotta drive to a location for a service afterwards. But what I want you to know is I love you and I accept you in this moment in time, no matter who you're being, because that's the best I can do. Until tomorrow, aloha.